The Chile passport is one of the best travel documents in the world, allowing visa-free travel to the UK, EU, Canada, and the US. Chileans have visa-free travel to 174 countries and territories, either visa-free or visa-free on arrival. The GDP per capita in Chile is $14,896 a year. In this video, I'm actually going to show you the advantages and disadvantages of getting a passport and citizenship in Chile. Also, if you want to learn more how to legally get your taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 3 months, do three things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen here and hit the notification bell just to the right of the subscribe button. You'll get new videos as they come out automatically. And I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it in the comment section below and I'll see what I can do to help solve any problem that you got. And also number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and hit the button at the top of the home page that says apply with us. And the questions will come up, and then hit that button at the bottom that says send it to us so we can help you in solving whatever issues that you got there. And we also deal with quite a few countries all over the world, not just Chile. Okay, let's get started. Chile does allow dual citizenship. You can apply for citizenship after 6 years of total residency. There's a 1-year temporary residency and then 5 years of permanent residency. Once you apply for citizenship, it will take you about another 1 to 2 years to get the passport. Children and even parents, parent dependents can apply for the actual program. There are 3 basic paths to obtaining Chilean citizenship. One, as a foreigner who has resided in Chile as a temporary resident for 1 year and being a permanent resident for 5 years and proven an income from a pension, dividends, or some other source of income other than a job. And then a second option is through parents or grandparents with Chilean nationality. And number 3 is actually setting up a business where you're actually hiring workers. Now, there is very little difference between being a permanent resident and being a citizen in Chile. After 6 total years of residency, you can register to vote and apply for a Chilean passport. The main difference between a permanent residency and citizenship is, as a resident, if you leave Chile for a year, you will lose your visa status. As a citizen, you won't have that problem. So this is one of the key advantages there. You can also apply for citizenship after 6 years of residency, provided you meet the following requirements. Number 1 is you have a permanent residency visa and you're not dependent on a spouse or other relatives visa. And number 2 is you got to have a clean criminal record. And number 3 is have proof of sufficient income by way of employment, dividend income, or pension. If you've got a business, obviously continuation of the business is another way you could do it. You can apply for citizenship if your parents or grandparents have or have had Chilean citizenship at some point in time. To apply through this route, you will need to provide documents showing your relationship with a person of Chilean citizenship, which is usually a birth certificate. For a grandparent, a chain of birth certificates is usually the most commonly accepted documentation. And then also submit a form to the Chilean Civil Registry requesting that you've added to the Civil Registry. This can be done at most Chilean consulates, or you can actually do it in Chile. Our company can also help you with this. The earliest that you can apply for permanent residency is 9 months after receiving your temporary visa. If you leave Chile for more than a year, you will lose the visa. After 1 year, you can apply for a permanent residency permit, provided you've spent at least 185 days within the country in a year and you've paid taxes for any income that you're due for that particular year. You'll be required to attend an interview and have a good level of Spanish skills and knowledge of Chilean culture, traditions, values, and history to get the passport and citizenship. The health care is actually quite good in Chile. The taxes are as follows. Chile does tax its residents on their worldwide income. A unique corporate tax regime was established for large enterprises, repealing the attributed income tax system introduced by the 2014 tax reform. The tax regime in force as of January the 1st, 2020 is a partially integrated system that levies corporate income tax at a 27% rate. The Chilean total income tax burden for Chilean individuals or foreign investors not domiciled or resident in treaty countries is 44.45%. Meanwhile, foreign investors resident in treaty countries are subject to a total income tax of 35%. Okay, now I'm going to give you my evaluation of the program, and it is as follows. I like the fact that Chile does allow dual citizenship, and it's got a really good visa-free travel. The thing I definitely do not like about the tax system there is it's incredibly high. And another thing too is you have to be proficient in Spanish to get that passport and citizenship, and you're going to have to be realistic. It's going to take you 7 to 8 years at least, a minimum, to get that. So these are things that you need to think about. But it does have a good passport. You got visa-free travel to Canada, the U.S., and the EU countries. So it's real nice, but you're going to have to be giving up a lot. And plus, there are some countries that do have special type of jobs or businesses that they only allow for people that are citizens. So if you're in that type of business, you could be barred out from working for many years. You have to do homework before you go and do an international move like that. Remember, I've actually mentioned this in other videos, that if you want to get a passport, if one of your main things is getting a quick, fast passport, don't go this route. Remember that a good fast-track citizenship program has these traits that I'm going to go over with you, and don't deviate from these when you're making a decision. And that is, get a citizenship program that you know you can get as long as you have no civil or criminal past. A lot of these residency by investment countries don't go by the statutory requirements after the minimum residency requirements have been made, therefore messing up your plans for a passport in a reasonable amount of time. By getting a fast-track program like in St. Kitts or any of these other Caribbean countries, you don't run into this kind of problem because, for instance, the St. Kitts passport, I like that quite a bit because it has more visa-free travel than the other Caribbean countries. But you can get as quick as 4 or 5 months. But number two is make sure that the country that you're applying for has no military requirements to get the passport. And make sure that the tax system, number three, is that's in place as a territorial or pure tax haven and doesn't tax worldwide income. And St. Kitts is a good example of that. There's no income tax inside or outside the country. You're not going to get that in Chile. Chile's going to tax you heavily on your worldwide income if you're a resident. And so, most of the people that are looking at our videos, they're very tax conscious. You're not going to get that from Chile. It's a very socialistic country. It does have a few advantages, but it's got a lot of disadvantages too, and one of them is the income tax. Make sure that if there is a language requirement that you're already fluent in that language before you apply or don't apply. One nice thing that about these Caribbean countries, especially St. Kitts, is there's no language test that you have to take, and it's a totally English-speaking country. And number five is always verify that dual citizenship is allowed, or don't engage in that program. Now, Chile does allow dual citizenship, but you can get that through a fast-track program like St. Kitts too. And also you want to get as many visa-free countries as you can possibly get in your passport. And, Chile does have a real good passport, but, I always tell people, look at the difference in the countries, and I've gone through this in other videos, between, let's say, a St. Kitts passport and a passport from Chile. And if you're really going to go to those extra countries, then go ahead and go through that 10-year or 8-year requirement to get the passport, but you're going to have to pay a lot of taxes, and you're going to have to pass the Spanish test. So these are things that you have to look at. Is it really worth those extra countries? Most of the time I look at those difference between St. Kitts and a country that's a AAA rated passport as far as visa-free travel goes. Most of those countries are added on. They're not really countries I would ever go to. And that's the thing you got to look at, because if you're not going to utilize that, man, that's a lot of wasted time. And also, when you move to a new country where you don't know the language, it's going to take you 3 times longer to get everything done. It slows you up in everything. It drives you nuts. But these are things that you really need to think about. Anyway, if you want to learn more how to legally get your income taxes to zero, or get a second passport as quick as 3 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button here at the right of your screen right here, and you'll get new videos as they come out automatically. And don't forget to hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button. And I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll see what I can do to help solve whatever problem or issue that you got. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and hit the button at the top of the homepage that says Apply with Us. Questions will come up, and then hit that button on the bottom that says Send It to Us. And we'll get that and look it over and see what we can do to help you. We deal with a lot of different countries all over the world, not just Chile and St. Kitts and the Caribbean countries. We deal with quite a few of them. And this will kind of give you a better picture. If you study these videos and look at them and look at the different countries, you can come to a better decision on what you're trying to accomplish. And thanks for looking at our video, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Take care.